Let's see Rahu Ketu transit for all the 12 zodiac signs, starting with Aries. For Aries folks, Rahu is transiting in the first house, and Ketu is transiting in the seventh house, which is also the first house of Kalapurusha Kundli and seventh house of Kalapurusha Kundli. So, what is Rahu going to do in the first house? So, Rahu is going to grieve very high hopes in terms of the life and your thinking. So, if you are very confident about anything about your life, be sure to make sure that you're putting a lot of effort or the hard work to get this done, rather than being overconfident with the Rahu's transit in the first house. So be careful about your overall health. And also, don't be too overconfident about your children's that they are gonna get things through done. So, and also be a little bit careful about your long distance travels and the gurus that you are gonna meet, and also um, relationship with your father as well. So later part of the transit from the January of 2023, there will be a aspect of Saturn onto the first house of Rahu. That from then there will this is going to be a little bit challenging time for you guys. So be careful about this transit from January 2023 to October 2023. Our Ketu is transiting in the seventh house, so be careful about. Even though Ketu is a Gnanakaraka, so it will create some kind of detachment towards the family and family life and the partnership. So there could be some conflicts may arise due to Ketu's transit in the seventh house. So be careful about the relationship either with the wife or the life partner or the business partner. So and also be careful when dealing with other people and the large masses of the people. For Taurus people, Rahu is transiting in the 12th house, and Ketu is transiting in the 6th house. Rahu in 12th house, it's going to bring a lot of travel for you guys, especially the foreign travels or the travel for the unknown places from where you're born. And it is a very very good time to go abroad and do some studies, and also there will be some kind of celebration or something related to your house will take place. So be careful with the relationship with your mother, and also avoid doing any unethical things in your life. So Rahu may bring you something bad for you guys. So Ketu in the sixth house. So this is actually good transit for those who have enemies. So the enemies, either way, they will run away or they will get detached from you if they are following you for some time. So it's a good time to win our enemies, and also writing the competitive exams and then getting the good results from them. And also Ketu is a natural healer. So if you're suffering from some diseases, you are going to get healed during this Ketu transit in the sixth house. For Gemini folks, Rahu is transiting over 11th house, and Ketu is transiting over the fifth house. So Rahu's transit in 11th house is very very good. It is going to bring career successes and gains through your career, and a lot of partying, enjoyment, and that kind of stuff. And also, you may get involved in some kind of social media. Maybe start a Facebook page or YouTube channel or something related to the creative side of. Your skills will come to the fore, and then you use those skills to create something out of it. So and also it's good for doing the businesses. You will flourish during this time period, and even the partnership with anybody. It but be careful while dealing with other people. Make sure if you are doing a partnership with other people, make sure that you check all the documentation and before signing any documents. Ketu is transiting over your fifth house, so it is going to create some kind of detachment from from your kids. So be careful about your kids, and also from the stay away from the speculative markets like doing share trading and then gambling and that kind of stuff. So other than that, Ketu transit is going to be very peaceful and good for you guys. One last thing, it's not a good time to have a relationship with your partner, or it's not going to, Ketu is not going to bring any kind of romantic relationship. For Cancer folks, Rahu is transiting in your 10th house and Ketu is transiting in your 4th house. So, Rahu, 10th house is basically the career. So, when Rahu is transiting in the 10th house, it's going to uplift your career for sure. And it is a Upaja house. Rahu does very well in 10th house, third house, 6th house, and 10th house and 11th house. So these are all Upacha houses. It is going to do very well in there, and due to your work, your savings will increase, and you're going to attain more wealth during this Rahu's transit, and you can win over your enemies as well. And Ketu is transiting in the 4th house, so there will be some kind of unpleasant situations at home, and try avoiding conflict with your mother, and don't try to invest in the real estate, or do something for your house like renovation and stuff like that. Maybe post for some time, at least at the end of until the end of 2023. For Leo folks, Rahu is transiting in the 9th house, so it's a very good time for for going abroad and taking any spiritual travels, and if you're trying to take up the studies abroad, it's a good time. Watch out relationship with your father, and there could be the you may get name and fame at your workplace, and it's a good time for getting the promotion and get favors from your authority. Since Ketu is transiting in the 3rd house, it is not going to your skills will not support you in your work, so you may have to put a lot of hard work to make your skills perfection, and then that may bring successes in your career. For Virgo folks, Rahu is transiting in the 8th house, Ketu is transiting in the 2nd house. As we all know that 8th house is a sudden ups and downs, so you may see sudden ups and downs in your life, or you may see sudden interest in the occult sciences and gambling. So try not to put a lot of money into that. Just if you want to play for fun, it's good, but don't gamble too much. You may suddenly get some inheritance or sudden unexpected money from unearned resources. Yeah, so be careful from the January 2023, since Saturn is going to aspect your 8th house. Ketu is transiting in the 2nd house, so watch out for the food, what do you take, and also how do you speak. So your words might be very sharp, and then it's going to hurt the people who listen to you. So be careful about what you speak, and there could be some detachment from your family. Could be you move temporarily away from your family and for a while. For Libra folks, Rahu is transiting in your 7th house, and it is going to aspect your 11th house and 1st house and 3rd house. So this is going to bring a lot of name and fame for some people who are in the social media or entertainment field, like a movie field, those who does movies for their livelihood, and could be normal people as well in their work life. They're gonna have good earning from your career or the business, and name fame will come to you. So be careful with the relationships and your partner. Don't go for the extramarital relationship. That's going to ruin your normal legal relationship. Ketu is transiting over your first house, so take care of your health and don't take any hasty decisions. Think twice or consult your gurus to make any kind of decision. For Scorpio's folks, for Scorpio, Rahu is transiting in your sixth house and Ketu is transiting in your 12th house. Sixth house, as I already told you guys, that it is a Upacha house and it is a very good transit for Scorpio people. They can win over the enemies. If there is any court cases, they can win over them as well. If you're into medical profession or any other legal profession, law, you will do better. And they, during this transit, you may feel like to adapt or bring in pets in your life. So yeah, think over it and then make a decision. Since Ketu is transiting in your 12th house, not a good time to do the abroad travel. You may come back to the motherland if you're not satisfied living in the other countries, and not a good time for the sleep. Your sleep will be disturbed for a quite while. Rahu is also going to bring good career growth during this point, and also due to this, good earnings from your career as well. For Sagittarius folks, Rahu is transiting in the fifth house, and Ketu is transiting in the 11th house. So, during this transit, Rahu will bring in a lot of affairs with multiple partners. So be careful about that, and a lot of enjoyment, a lot of celebrations, and also take care. Like if you are married and you have kids, take care of your kids, and then since Ketu is traveling in your 11th house, you may you may not enjoy your company with your friends, and eventually do not focus more on the earnings from your career. For Capricorn folks, Rahu is transiting in your fourth house and Ketu is transiting in your 10th house. So, Rahu's transit in fourth house will bring in a lot of attention to your house, your mother. You may change your house, or you may plan to, if you're planning to buy a house, then this time will permit you. Rahu will bring you the new home, or purchasing a land, or cars, or comforts, anything which gives you comfort, that is going to bring you during this time period. And could be you may travel to the foreign places, and then some interest in the occult sciences also it may bring in. And Ketu transiting in 10th house, not a great transit, I would say, for Ketu in 10th house. I feel like yeah, you don't get attached too much towards your career. You do the work just to bring in some money, and then just do the work for the sake of work. For Aquarius folks, Rahu is transiting in your third house. This is a Upacha house. This is going to bring name and fame for you, and helps you on the business, and also it helps you gain through your business or any kind of work you're doing, and it also helps you to do some lot of partying and enjoying with the friends, going around with the friends. Ketu is transiting in the ninth house, so it's gonna bring in some gurus, and not a good time to travel, but it's a good time to visit some pilgrimage and meet some gurus and get blessings from them, and it's gonna save you from the bad situations. For Pisces folks, Rahu is transiting in the second house and Ketu is transiting in eighth house. Rahu's transit in the second house is good in terms of the money, and also it may give you appetite to have luxurious food and then drink a lot of alcohol. So be careful about the alcohol intake and food intake as well. So it's uh, this time it's going to bring good career opportunities, and which in turn leads to good gains. Ketu is transiting in the eighth house. Eighth house is good for the people who are into the occult sciences, astrology, research, those who sit in the background and do their work. That kind of profession people, it's going to be good, but for the family marital life, it's not that great. So be careful with the in-laws as well. You may feel detached from them, or um, you may not visit them during this time period. So that's all for all the 12 signs. I have attached the important links with this video. Please go ahead and check those videos. And the simple remedies for Rahu Ketu is, for Rahu can only be controlled by Ma Durga. So anything to do with Durga puja or chanting the Durga mantra will also help, and lighting a ghee lamp on Fridays after 6 after sunset would also help. And for Ketu, it's the Lord Ganesha. Any chants related to the Lord Ganesha on Wednesdays, which also going to help to get over any negative uh, effects of Ketu. Thank you, everyone.